You're welcome.
Oh, perfect. All right. I feel like way out of my league here. I've really seen very little anime. I kind of come at this more from the theater thing, and I would so love to pick your brain about Shakespeare, but I'm not going to do that. I'm directing a play in the fall. It could help. No.
Which one?
Richard II, actually.
Oh my God.
I know, it's going to be
Doing
crazy.
history? Dear God.
Yeah, looks like a tragedy, but anyway, I've only seen you in Last Exile, and Alex Rowe is like one of my favorite characters of all time. And yeah, totally. What I think was interesting about Alex Rowe is that it really brings out to me that, you know, acting a character, obviously in theater, it's a very physical thing. There is a physicality of the character that exists already in an anime because, like, they're already going to be doing physically what they're doing, you know, before the voicing comes in. So I just wanted to know, has that ever been a difficulty for you? Like when you see the script versus what you see on the screen, has that ever been like, gee, I didn't realize they would be doing that physically, and has that like changed any of the voicing that you've done for a character in situations like that?
I never see the script before I see it on screen.
Oh.
That's the thing about voice acting, is that it's sort of like instant acting, just sort of add water and stir. No, I mean, because if I get a chance, I try to watch the show before I go to do it, but that's very rare in voice acting, and certainly you can't do that with domestic animation. You know, you don't get to watch the entire episode of SpongeBob before you go record it, you know? The advantage with anime sometimes is that you can get it ahead of time to watch it, but you never get the script, and that's the big difference between theatrical acting and voice acting, is as a theater actor, you study your script, you figure out what the character's all about. You don't get any of that in voice acting. It's called just jump in there and do it. But yeah, I mean, when I watch, mostly what I do now when I'm watching those shows, I look at a show like Last Exile, and I'm basically trying to break it down as archetypes as quickly as I can. So that I looked at Alex Rowe and I said, oh, he's Captain Harlock. You know? For those of you, no one's like, who's Captain Harlock? I'm showing my age. But you know, Captain Harlock was a hero from my childhood. And he had this, you know, unstoppable ship, the Arcadia. And so now we have Alex Rowe, who has the Sylvania, which is an unstoppable ship. And I look at it and I go, I get it, it's Harlock, so I understand the archetype sort of instantly. And then I try to figure out, well, what's Alex's deal? And I watched about the first 6 episodes and I said, that it's about a girl. I have a feeling it's about a girl, and I was right. Whereas with something like Witch Hunter Robin, when I was watching Amon, I watched like the first 5 or 6 episodes of Amon and I was like, what is his damage? Like, I couldn't figure out what his thing was. So I kept watching, you know, 15 episodes in. I still don't know what his issue is. And this is the night before we have to record the first episode, right? I am up until 4 in the morning. And it isn't until the second to last episode I finally figure out what his issue is. And I'm like, oh, now I get it. Now I can finally play this character. But that is very, very rare. And if you ask any other voice actor, they don't get that kind of information before they go in.
Nice, thanks.
You bet.
Hi.
Hi there.
Losing my voice. She just took my question, so, but I have a backup.
Bye-bye. No, okay.
2 quick things. 1, she mentioned something about being physical, like the characters on screen are doing things that maybe you wouldn't normally do, like perhaps rip someone's heart out or et cetera, et cetera. Do you ever act something out while you're reading it, maybe for the first time, to try and get a little more emotion into it?
I usually don't, well, I mean, again, this is instant acting, you know, beep, 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 do it. So, I mean, you have to jump in the first time you try to do a take and give it your all. And many times the first take is the best take, because you're not thinking too much. But especially if a character is having to do something very physical, the story I always tell is from Helsing, where there's an episode where Alucard rips a guy's arm off, and then he's drinking the blood from the arm, and you know, and we were doing the line, and the director just fell over laughing, and I was like, what's so funny? He goes, you're doing it, and I was like, what? You're doing the thing, you're going, because that was the only way I knew how to get the, you know, I can't have my hands in my pockets and go, you know, it's not that, you know, so that's usually.
And you would make my friend very happy. There's a line of Kyon's in Melancholy of Haruhi where he says, and thus began my never-ending hell. And you do it so jovially that if you could just say that one more time.
And thus began my never-ending hell.